what do you do in that situation as a coach, or like how do you handle somebody who's like, I don't even want to change anymore?
Yeah. Oh, oh boy. Well, yeah. So if you're listening out there, you don't know the context. This is a weight loss show that I was on. It was ABC TV. I thought, oh my gosh, move over Jillian Michaels. Like, this is happening. This is my big career break, right? And I get on this show. So they fly me out to Atlanta with like 3 days notice because they didn't know what was going to happen. But basically, each contestant had their own coach, and you were allowed to fire your coach one time. So, of course, this woman who fired her coach, then I was like the backup. So I was called onto the show with, like I said, 3 days notice. So I go down there, we meet, okay, like we come from different backgrounds, we have nothing in common, but that's all fine. Like I've worked with people from all different backgrounds and all different places in the world even. So I'm like, this is going to be great. And we had essentially 6 weeks together. Each week, there was a weigh-in, there was the whole shoot, filming, and just as you can imagine. But as the weeks went on, my client got more and more difficult. And oh gosh, I mean, without having to go into the entire story, at the end of these 6 weeks, we were supposed to have one last weigh-in before the experts, us, the coaches, went away and left the contestants on their own. I think it was supposed to be for about another 6 weeks or whatever, and then we come back. So they were then supposed to carry on their plan that we created for them, but on their own. So as we're getting ready for this big almost finale, it wasn't the finale, I'm training my client in Hapkido, so the martial art that's so near and dear to me, and she was loving it, I thought, until close to the end. Close to the end where I was testing her for her yellow belt. And again, in martial arts, like, it's not easy. It's meant to be hard. The tests are given and they are meant to be difficult. They're meant to challenge you, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all of it, to see if you can get to that next level. So I was pushing her, and she just was not having it. She was so pissed at me, and it was showing, and she was just like, kind of giving off to me in the middle of the test. And again, with martial arts, there's supposed to be mutual respect, and there's traditions and, all kinds of things. So anyway, like I said, she had been difficult for many weeks now. And when that happened, I just lost it. So I lost my shit on camera, and I gave her the belt, and I was like, we're done. I dropped the F-bomb on national TV. Like, it was awful. So then we both have to show up the next day for this weigh-in. And, long story short, again, like, there was words, and I said to her, you basically need help that I cannot offer you. Now, at the time, I wasn't a mindset coach. I used mindset work in my training, but she wasn't, how can I say this in the nicest way? She just wasn't willing to look at that. She wasn't willing to look at her blocks. And that's really what you can do. People can do, I've done, in therapy with coaches that really want to go deep, because some of that stuff that we carry with us all through our lives really holds us back from that breakthrough. And sometimes you got to break down to break through, right? So what did I do? We broke up as client. She basically walked off the show. So technically, I was fired off this TV show. So forget about Jillian Michaels status. I was like, am I going to have a career after this? But what wound up happening when this actually went live months later, people from around the country that were watching started DMing me and sending me messages and saying, thank you for bringing this to light, because all we're told on TV and in the media is that weight loss equals calories in, calories out, right? And it's like, that's simple, and everyone should understand that and be fine with that. what I brought to the table was a conversation about mindset, mental health, and well-being, which has a way bigger impact on our total health, on our body health, on our physical health than we can ever imagine. The word itself is used in a way where it's like, I empower women. Do I really? I don't know. I don't think I empower them. I think they empower themselves. But I'm here as a catalyst, a fire starter.